7, 2026. What do we got weather-wise? A lot of fog out there this morning. Careful, give yourself a little extra time because you're going to need it. Cloudy. We might see a little bit of sunshine. We said that yesterday and really never saw any. It was pretty gloomy yesterday. 70 for the daytime high. Cloudy Thursday, 20% chance of rain, 71 the high. And then get ready. Get your umbrella, your rain jacket, whatever you're going to need, because we're going to get quite a bit of rain here on Friday. And the worst of it really Friday evening, about 8 o'clock to midnight and a little into Saturday, up to 2 inches of rain. And this is going to affect almost all of Alabama, from North Alabama all the way to the beaches. That line of storms coming through and bringing with it tons of rain. And hopefully sometime Saturday that gets out of here and a little bit colder when we get into Sunday and Monday.
They're talking storms, but not severe. I mean, thunderstorms, thunder, lightning, all that good stuff. But we're not talking about, like, pop-up tornadoes or things like that.
No, we don't need any of that. We don't need that in our life.
Now we're not. No, we got a day and a half before we can get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
We may very well be talking about
Let's hope that
then.
doesn't change, Richard.
I am hoping.
I am hoping, too.
I have my fingers crossed.
We all do.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So, you'll probably need an umbrella. But this morning, the road conditions out there, you and I traveling in it, Steve traveling in it, just a ton of fog. As I mentioned to you earlier this morning, 3 deer right there on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see them until I was right on top of them. I was like, please don't cross the road. I don't want to hit you. Please, no.
It's one of those times when you're like, ooh, I just wish I had my gun.
Your gun?
Just bang,
No.
bang.
I think it was mom and 2 babies. I was like, oh.
Well, you
They were little.
You
They were
can't.
itty
You
bitty.
can't just take mom and then expect the babies
No.
to live on their own. You'll have to take them all.
No, don't take them all.
Take 'em all.
Leave
Every
them
one of
all
them.
alone.
There you go.
Let them go. Let them go.
When the rain starts coming down, Mr. Bugs is here to make sure that the bugs stay outside or die. Those are the two choices. When it comes to pest control, they can either stay outside or they can die. That's how it works. They lay down a barrier. Even rain does not wash that barrier away, which is nice. They make sure that the bugs do not come in if they are outside, and then the bugs that are inside, if they do make it in, they end up dying a horrible, horrible death. They handle small rodent control and termite bonding and, mosquito reduction as well. But Mr. Bugs is best in the business, I know, because, gosh, I've owned a lot of houses in my time, and I've had a lot of pest control companies, and I don't think I've ever had one that I sing the praises of to the degree that I do with Mr. Bugs. I love these guys. They have been taking such good care of me for the past 8 and now going on 9 years. Mr. Bugs, now statewide, 844-MRBUGGS, if you want to call them anywhere within the sound of my terrestrial voice. If you can hear me up in Madison, call them. Smith Lake, call them. Down north of Montgomery, call them. You can get in touch with these guys, and they'll take great care of you. Mr. Bugs, MRBUGGS.com, 844-MRBUGGS. Mr. Bugs, they know what bugs you.
Well, President Trump posted on Truth Social that Venezuela is turning over 30 to 50 million barrels of oil to the U.S. with proceeds that will benefit both countries. The oil will be sold at market price. We've got Rodriguez, who was sworn in as Venezuela's interim president, and she has indicated that she is going to cooperate with those in Washington and with the Trump administration. We shall see. Hopefully that is the case, because the other way won't work out very well for her. Trump said that Energy Secretary Chris Wright will execute the plan, which involves storage ships that will get the oil and bring it directly to unloading docks in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that it will take a bit of time to get Venezuela's oil production back to where it once was. That does take a bit of time. So hopefully we can get that done. We've got some experts in the field here in the U.S. that have headed to Venezuela to kind of help with that process, because that benefits everybody, the Venezuelan people, the U.S., and other countries as well.
It sounds like a lot, 30 to 50 million barrels.
It's really not.
50 million barrels would take care of 50 days' worth of oil use in the United States. We go through 1 million barrels a day. But if we're selling it and we're using the proceeds for good things, A, paying down our debt, B, helping the people of Venezuela get back on their feet and getting their economy back to a free market, this is a lot trickier than I think people think it's going to be, because one of the reasons they're leaving Rodriguez in place is because they need some stability in the region.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and she can help keep the people beneath her in line. Understand that this is a little bit like a pyramid scheme. When Maduro was at the top and he was calling the shots and he was going, "Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to be a narco-terrorist organization," and everybody had a job within it, and everybody got paid very, very well, which is why you had to have a $25 or $50 million bounty on Maduro's head. Because you can go to his underlings and go like, hey, you should throw him over. We'll give you $10 million. He's like, $10 million? I make that in half a year. That's nothing. No, I'm not going to throw him over for $10 million. So, yeah, you had to have a very high bounty. And so now you have to have somebody in that place who can keep all those underlings in line and explain to them, if we don't do what the United States wants, you're going to get disappeared too.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's all kind of play ball here, and we can make a better life for everyone. It'll be fun.
Let's hope that it happens.
Yeah.
Elsie, hope she makes it happen. How about this? Alabama legislators are going to get a chance to pass a bill that would bolster laws on anyone making terrorist threats in schools. Now, this has been a bit of a problem in the past. Churches and government buildings are also a part of this. This next session, SB 31, will expand the definition of credible threat and will increase penalties. So careful of this. If the bill passes, school principals must notify law enforcement immediately. And the reason we're saying that was because there was an incident where they had some information. They didn't share that information with law enforcement. That's extremely dangerous. And again, that kind of puts you in the responsibility seat if something happens.
Could you imagine?
No. So, principals, this will take it out of your lap. It will put it in law enforcement's lap, and they'll be able to figure out what they need to do. But you've got to report this. You will not have, if this SB 31 bill passes, principals, you've got to notify law enforcement about this immediately, about the threat. And here's the other thing. Convicted students will be expelled. They will have to pay restitution, which will be capped at $10,000. This is to pay for emergency response costs and any damages that happen during that. And parents, you will be held financially responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting a little bit more serious. No more of these, I'm on social media and I've got a notebook with names in it and I might do so-and-so. You can't do any of that. You can't do it on social media. You can't speak the words. You can't share the words with your best friend, because if the school finds out about it, their job now is to call law enforcement.
Yeah.
And they must do that.
Absolutely. And it's time that parents begin taking charge of their children and doing a better job of supporting them. This being your kid's buddy, or being like, well, I don't know what to do with him. I can't do anything with him. Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. I mean, I remember when I was a kid and I came home with a bad report card, and I was very worried about it. And my parents were like, look, as long as you're trying your best, we understand. We'd like to see these C's turn into B's and eventually A's. And, we're not going to punish you. We're not going to tie you. We're not going to stick you in your room or whatever. But, if you can get these grades up, we're going to untie you and let you eat again. So.
And that's how that went.
That's pretty much how that
works. And that's
works.
Richard's world.
Yeah, boy.
And still worried about that Halloween candy.
The grades improved immensely
I bet
the next
they
time
did.
around. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about it, when we were kids, Richard, we just didn't want to disappoint our parents.
No.
That was the thing. And I feel like sometimes that's lost. It's like, my parents would tell me one time to do something, and if I disappointed them, it killed me. I never wanted to disappoint them.
Sure.
And then kids now, I got bad grades, so
Yeah.
no worries.
What are you going to do?
Right. What are you going to do? Wow.
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
Well, again, good luck, because one day you'll be adult and you'll have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that goes.
Yep.
All right, this is exciting news. There is more movement on what's going on down there around the Coca-Cola Amphitheater, the BJCC, Protective Stadium. We've been wondering for a long time, what are they going to do with the former Caraway Methodist Medical Center? Well, apparently they're going to turn it into an indoor entertainment venue as part of a renovation of the former hospital, and make this a part of the campus for the Coca-Cola Amphitheater, which, again, is in downtown Birmingham. Pretty exciting that they're going to expand what they already have. There's lots of entertainment area. Let's just take it a step further. Now we've got another option for an indoor arena or an indoor facility to have more concerts and do more indoor events, which is pretty cool.
I love it.
I like it too.
I believe every band that gets booked has got to play a Doctor, Give me the news.
At least once. Every show should start that way.
Gotta play it at
because it's
least
going to
one
be in, they say it's going to be in the previous emergency room. Demolition on parts of the hospital are being removed, must be completed by May 30th. And then all that rubble has to be, moved. And so then they can start looking at, exactly what they're going to do and get the plans together.
Would you accept Dr. My Eyes?
No.
Not as
No?
much.
I don't think so. No.
We don't care for that song as
Thompson
much.
Twins Doctor would be okay. We'll take that.
Okay.
I like
We don't
it.
use the word rubble enough. Have you
Rubble?
noticed that? Rubble. It's a fun
Barney.
word.
Arnie Rubble?
Barney. Barney Rebel?
Mm-hmm.
Trouble. It's Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5. Flipsy's Furniture now open in Hoover. They're next to 2nd and Charles. Great location. A little different than the store in Irondale. If you are looking for the overall just great deal, you know what we're talking about, always designer furniture wholesale prices, Irondale's the place that you want to go for that. The one in Hoover is going to be a little more Hoover-centric. And if you don't know what that means, well, go pay them a visit and find out what that means. You're still going to find great low prices. You're still going to find white glove delivery. You're still going to find non-hovering salespeople, but the selection may be a little bit different there. So you should probably visit both locations or visit them online, flipsysfurniture.com, flipsysfurniture.com, a great place to go to find out more about this incredible furniture store where they are selling fantastic furniture at lower prices than the other guys, and you don't know how they do it, and you don't care. What's important is that it's getting done and that furniture is ending up in your home. Look, tariffs have just been cut on furniture by Donald Trump, so any stuff that is coming in from outside of the country is now going to be even lower priced. But a lot of it is made here. A lot of it is made right here in the United States of America, and that's some quality furniture that you're buying right there. Flipsy's Furniture, 2 locations, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard, and now next to 2nd and Charles in Hoover across from the Galleria. They are designer furniture at wholesale prices. flipsysfurniture.com. 722. Dixon Divining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Check us out on TV as well, youtube.com or at Real Talk 995 TV. I'm the guy in the Dixon Divining sweatshirt. You can't miss it. There it is.
You look very nice there, Richard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for representing.
Occasionally, I like to let the
Appreciate
people know who it is they're listening to.
I like that.
Glad
Just
I
a
can-
nice reminder there.
This is radio.
And it's right there on the screen,
Right
too.
there on the screen. Reminds me.
Reminds you. How's that working for you?
Never fails to. Always nice to have something written down there. My name is
Well, that's what happens.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
That's what happens when we have as many days off as we did over the
True.
holidays.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was in a true fog.
Mm-hmm.
Well, kind of like this morning.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Talk about foggy, man.
Woo,
it was
y'all,
crazy out
careful
there.
out there.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I'm like flipping the lights, and you're like, no, you can't put the high beams on. That's making it worse.
Bounces
You're
right
just
back
going to
at
have
you.
to fight through it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't turn the lights off.
No.
I'm like, no, that doesn't work.
I
well.
have fog lights that kind of
Yeah.
shine on either side of the car, and they kind of show you where the lines are, so you can stay between them,
That's nice.
which is essentially
Yeah.
what you're after, and then
Yeah.
just make sure you.
I
don't
just
run
shut
into
my
the
eyes.
tunnels.
You know, sometimes I
That's
give
good.
up. I just
Sure.
close them, and I'm just
That's great.
driving down the road.
Probably the best way to go.
Uh-huh,
Driving
thank
by
you.
memory.
Works
Yay.
pretty well. I mean, you know,
My
drive,
car knows the way.
drive the same route every day. It's
I'll
it's a piece of
I'll
cake.
go ahead and doze back off here. 723 with Dixon and Viney.
Listen, we're not far from that. Self-driving cars, imagine that. You could go back to sleep while the car's getting you to work.
Count me in.
Another 15-minute nap. I'll
Good to
take
go.
that.
Yeah.
Hey, EcoView windows and doors, if you got a power bill, you know, your gas bill came in. I looked at mine last month, and I was like, oh, yeah, we really were running the heat. Maybe it's excessively high, and you're thinking to yourself, we got to figure out what's going on here. Why is it so high? It could be that you need new windows, new doors, that a lot of that heat is escaping or the cold air is making its way into your home. Let's get it fixed, and this could be the year where you have some beautiful new windows and doors that you've always wanted. Because a lot of times when they do that original construction of a home, they're not always using the best quality windows and doors. They're kind of substandard. So why not up your game, get premium quality replacement windows and doors, and watch those bills come down. A lot of folks that have gotten windows and doors with EcoView windows and doors notice that first and foremost. That's after they look at their beautiful windows and doors and say, that looks really nice. So give them a call today. You'll talk with Brian and Becky Jackson, a locally owned and operated company, which we absolutely love, and they'll take good care of you. As a matter of fact, you'll probably be talking with Becky when you call 407-8161. Tell her hello and Happy New Year, and let her give you a free quote on some new windows and doors. Absolutely beautiful what they have to offer as well. So get in touch with them today, ecoviewwindows.com. Again, the number is 205-407-8161. Brian and Becky Jackson, EcoView Windows and Doors.
Okay, so here's the story that we have from Minneapolis, Minnesota, regarding this Hilton family hotel. Okay, it's in the Hilton family.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a Hampton Inn. Hampton Inn is kind of a cheesy hotel. I saw some people talking about, well, why are our feds staying at Hiltons? First off, Hilton ain't what it used to be. That's number one. That's
Don't
the
be
first thing
fooled
you
by
need
the
to know.
name, yeah.
Yeah, look
Second-
at Paris.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Secondly, there's a lot of hotels that fall under the Hilton umbrella, and Hampton Inn is one of them. Hampton is a very
It's a step down.
It's a mid-grade hotel.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it. I've
No.
stayed in them many times. I like them, but it ain't the Hilton. Okay,
Right.
just to be clear, there are a multitude of better hotels out there for sure. So anyway, ICE agents come and they already have rooms booked at this Hilton hotel. Why? Because the GSA has already booked them. That is the General Services Administration. It's the part of the government that sort of facilitates stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, ICE isn't in the business of booking their own hotel rooms.
Right.
They're there to go. They're going to investigate the Somali fraud, and they're there to help, pick up some people that are not supposed to be in this country. And the GSA books them rooms at this Hampton Inn. And they show up, and the Hampton Inn says, you can't stay here. We're not going to let you stay here. We don't want anything to do with you people. It's not allowed. Okay, so now they go back, and there's a complaint filed, and Hilton says, whoa, we'll take care of that immediately. Don't worry. We're going to fix that right up for you and get that taken care of. Well, in the meantime, the GSA has already booked these guys into another hotel. The ICE people are already going somewhere else.
Right.
So a citizen reporter, this seems to be all the rage nowadays.
Yeah, Citizens Report.
Yeah.
Not citizens arrest. But citizens report.
Yeah, citizens report. His name is also Nick, but it's not Nick Shirley. It's Nick
Sorter.
Sorter. That's his
Nick
name.
Sorter.
Yeah, Nick Sorter. He goes in there and tries to book himself a room. He's wearing an ICE hat, a Border Patrol hat, and they go, "No, we're not. We don't allow you guys to stay here." He's like, "That's interesting," because Hilton already issued a statement that said, "Yeah, you're going to book us rooms," and they said, "Well, we don't care. We're not letting you stay here. That's not going to happen." So that news gets back to Hilton and says, "You guys made this statement, and it turned out not to be true." And Hilton then said, "Okay, guess what, Hampton, locally owned and independently operated Hampton, you're no longer in the Hilton family. You can take the name Hilton off of everything. We're not going to be supporting you in any way, shape, or form. This is not how Hilton does business, especially, you made us look bad because we said that we were going to, take them, and now you say you're still not taking them. You're done. Over."
That's it.
And then the federal government came in and said, "Oh, and by the way, you're off our list as well." Because, look, think about this for a second. If you are a hotel and you can count on several hundred stays by federal government employees every year, that's work you don't have to do. That's guaranteed income. That's the federal government comes in. You're you're overcharging them because it's tax dollars, right? You're charging them top rate to come in and stay in your hotel. And you don't have to go chase those people down. You don't have to run a bunch of advertising to get them to come. You have a contract with the government that you are going to provide them X number of rooms every year, and they're paying you X number of dollars. And the federal government says, "You're off that list now. We're no longer going to be booking any federal employees into the," and it's not always ICE people, it's anybody.
It could be any kind of government
Any kind of
worker.
government employee that might be in the area for any reason whatsoever.
Could be FBI.
Yeah.
It could be,
They had several
Homeland Security.
100 federal employees stay at that hotel last year for several hundred nights, and that now has been pulled. So that Hampton is now not only not a member of the Hilton family any longer, but also is off of any GSA list.
Well, you
for
could
booking
also
federal,
you could sue them
employees.
too. Discriminatory, practices,
You
business
could.
practices.
You could. I'm not a big fan of that.
No, I'm not either.
It's,
But I mean, I
you know,
think this is a perfect case for that.
it's a little bit like, hey, baker, bake my gay wedding cake. I mean,
But
if
I
you're
think-
going
I
to
think
force
it-
them to that,
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different than that because again, you're talking about something creative. There's nothing creative here. You've just denied. It's like walking into a Wendy's and the person behind the counter says, "Oh, you're with ICE
Yeah.
or you're a police officer,
Right.
and I'm not going to make you a cheeseburger."
which we've seen happen.
Which again, that's very discriminatory. It's not. You're not baking a cake.
I tend to be more along the lines of the free market economy, though. I'm kind of like, okay, guess what? You just ticked off half of America, and now they're not going to stay in your hotel any longer. So enjoy that, And by the way, let's not have this lost on us. There was a time as recently as 5 or 6 years ago when America would have rushed to the defense of this Hilton and been like, "Yeah, we screw Trump," and they don't. Instead, it went the exact opposite way. We no longer have people running from red hats. We now have people who are standing up and are proud to support Trump and are proud to support our federal government. And that's happening at the corporate level as well. I don't think that should be lost because it hasn't been that long since everything was going the other way. And I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to see Hilton, decided to step up and go, "You know what? That's not how we're going to do business." Good on you, Hilton. Well done. I may go stay at one of your hotels. Probably not, though. Mm-hmm. Food of the gods. That's what ambrosia is. Do you know that?
It is. Best yacht rock ever. Number
Yeah.
one on the list every time you turn it on. Got to hear some ambrosia.
Yeah, super talented group that never really got their due, in my opinion. They should be in the Yacht Rock Hall of Fame. 7:35 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com.
Call my good friend Daniel at Noble Contractors if you're having some gutter issues. Over the holidays, all kinds of things happen, and we're back at it, and it's like, okay, yeah, I've been meaning to deal with that, but I don't know really who to call when it comes to gutters. Well, call Daniel, a veteran of the military, a big Talk 99.5 listener, and we love the work that he does for so many of you guys. I've had friends and family reach out and say, I need that number. How do I get in touch with Daniel? I've got this issue. The part of the gutter came down, or I've got some rotten, fascia soffits that need repair. Okay, he can do that. No problem. If you need all new gutters, this is your guy. Get a free estimate. You'll understand why. Go ahead and get several estimates. And when you see what Daniel can do your gutters for with the gutter covers, which is important to a lot of people now because you don't want to have to get up on the ladder and get the leaves and debris out. We get that. He's got the gutter covers, and he's got the best prices. So get that free estimate. Daniel at Noble Contractors. Facebook, he's there, and you can see some of his work. But don't take my word for it. Call him up, get to know him, let him come out with his crew and help you out with anything gutter related. Whether it's repairs, whether it's new gutters, he can do it. 422-3034. If you don't need them right now, put the number in your phone anyways. There'll be a time. If you own a home, you've got gutters, or you're going to need some help with gutters. 205-422-3034. NobleContractorsALA.com. And again, look them up on Facebook.
All right, I got a choice here.
Yes.
Choice for you. Which would you rather hear? 12 popular instant ramen brands ranked from worst to best?
There's 12?
There's
I
12.
realized there were 12.
Really?
Or 9 discontinued Wendy's items we'll probably never see again.
Let's go ramen.
Ramen it is.
Just because I didn't know there was 12. I thought there was just one.
It's the one you've always
It's
seen,
the one,
right?
yeah. Well, I guess there are a couple, yeah, but there's one that's
There's 2 or 3 different styles I've seen. There's the standard package that we used to eat when we were in
the square
college.
package,
Yeah.
yes.
That was 10 cents a pack when I was in college, which is why I ate it, because
Cheap.
that was all I had,
Yeah.
I always had money for cigarettes and drugs, but that
Food,
Yeah.
less important.
No wonder.
then there's the cup, right?
Right.
And then there's like the larger bowl
Right.
of ramen.
The big bowl.
And then they actually have kind of a platter that you can get now too.
A
I've
platter?
seen. Yeah, there's a platter I haven't really seen. I don't think I've ever had that.
I guess
but
I'm not looking at ramen noodles close enough.
clearly not.
I just get the box for
Yeah.
my son and go, here.
When I had the crud, it was after Thanksgiving and before Christmas, and I was going through that horrible period there. I was downing a lot of ramen because it was the only thing that I really craved, but my body wanted that it could get in quickly and easily, and
And it was hot and probably.
it was hot. Yeah, and definitely having that
chicken noodle soup consistency, kind of like when you don't feel good.
the spiciness
Yeah.
really helped me a lot too. It helped clear up my sinuses and all of that stuff. So I was eating a good bit of ramen during that time. I still actually have some in my pantry. So here are some that you may not have heard of. Number 10, Geffen Oriental Style Chicken Flavor Ramen Noodles, and that is the standard square package. I've never heard of it.
I haven't either. Do we
Never
have
seen
those
it.
here? I wonder.
don't know. Somebody go out and find
That,
the
you know what
Geffen.
you're going to make me do the next time I'm in the store? I'm going to where all the ramen noodles are and seeing some of these brands.
Here's what I've had. Nissin Foods Hot and Spicy Ramen Noodle Soup Chicken Flavored.
That's pretty good.
It's in a big bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good. I've had it a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10 is Chef Wu Roasted Chicken Ramen Cup High Protein Noodles.
Chef Wu.
Chef Wu.
Chef Wu.
Woo!
Could be. Maybe after you eat them, that's what you end up saying.
Chef Woo! If they're hot enough, yeah. I like the cup. Easy, convenient, cooks up nicely. Ming's Chicken Ramen Frozen Soup Boxed Meal.
I don't think I've seen these.
I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be really expensive.
You think so?
Much more than the average ramen, which runs anywhere from 12 cents to $2.
This looks like maybe a Trader Joe's or an Aldi deal.
It looks a little bit too
Doesn't
nice
it?
for me.
Does it?
8-ounce serving with 1,100 milligrams of sodium. All these, by the way, have high sodium.
1,100.
Oh, every one of these has high sodium. If you've never had
Yeah,
ramen
I've looked,
before,
but I'm like,
it's a high sodium.
That's like
dish for
rice-a-roni is the same way. It's tons of sodium in
That's the San Francisco treat.
That-
This
yeah,
is
I
the
know.
Singapore treat.
A little
Completely
different.
Tapatio spicy chicken flavor ramen bowl. Tapatio is that hot sauce that you find on the table of all kinds of restaurants. It's Mexican. What kind of game are you people trying to play here?
Yeah, right on the packaging it says artificial chicken.
Yeah.
Well, what is it then?
Well, it's an artificial chicken.
It's not real chicken?
Yeah, no.
What's-
If it were
what-
real
it's
chicken, it
not-
would say real
Why
chicken.
even say artificial chicken? If it's not chicken, then what is it?
It's chicken flavored.
Are you sure?
I assume so. Why? What are you saying? Kitty? Kitty cat? Real cat. Number 7 is Ramen Express chicken flavor ramen noodles. Again, chicken flavor. There's no real chicken in there. That's, again, the square package.
Right.
Never seen it. Ramen Bistro Sichuan garlic chicken. I have seen
We've
this.
seen these.
Yeah.
They're in the grocery store.
These are more noodles than soup. Okay. A lot of times, you'll get it, and there's a lot of liquid in there, and that's good. That's nice. Ramen soup is always nice. Sometimes it's really just the noodles. Once you rehydrate the noodles, there ain't a whole lot of liquid left over there.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually eat them with chopsticks if you like.
Yeah.
But why would you?
You ain't got time for that.
Use a spoon to get every
That's
drop.
right. I'm hungry.
That's what I say.
Oh, 1,500 milligrams of sodium.
Is that all? Wow. $1.08 for a 3.1 ounces. Come on. Nongshim bowl noodle spicy chicken ramen noodle soup bowl.
That is a lot of stuff going on there.
That's too much.
Far too much. First off, you have the word bowl in there twice. That's a problem. And you have the word noodles in there twice.
They want to make sure you don't forget.
It sounds very, very Japanese, doesn't it?
It does.
Nongshim bowl noodle spicy chicken ramen noodle soup bowl super American cowboy bang bang soup.
And on the outside, it just says,
Yeah.
I would just call it top ramen.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they add all these other words.
Spicy
It's a
chicken
little too
flavor.
much.
I just say we call it noodle bowl.
Bowl
Noodle
noodles.
bowl.
No, this is the Nissan. The next one is the Nissan Foods Top Ramen, the
Nissan.
original
Not
ramen.
Nissan. It's not a car.
No, you're right. It's
We're driving the ramen noodles now.
it's an Irish actor, Liam Neeson.
Liam.
This is the Nissan Foods Top Ramen, the original ramen noodle soup chicken flavor. Again, too many words. Too many words. But yeah, why is it always chicken flavor? Can they
I
not
don't
put
know.
chicken in there?
Why can't beef?
Would it kill
Do we have
them
a
to put
beef flavor?
I'm sure there's beef
Uh-huh.
out there as well.
Pork?
Flavor.
Probably.
Uh-huh.
Flavor.
Probably shrimp. I've seen shrimp.
Flavor.
Shrimp flavor. It's never really.
If you want the real stuff, you got to add it in yourself, man. You ain't getting
right.
nothing but a packet of flavoring.
That's-
I worked with a girl in Gainesville who was Catholic, and her father would not let her eat the beef-flavored ramen on Fridays during Lent. I'm like, there's no beef in there. She's
That's
like,
not
I've
real.
tried to convince him. I've tried to convince him. He won't
Just, they
listen
put
to
the
me.
words on it. That's
Yeah,
what
right.
they messed up
Just
doing
because
that
it
for
says
her.
beef, that's not. Sapporo Ichiban Japanese-style ramen noodles in chicken-flavored soup.
Here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
Do they put all that stuff on the actual
Sapporo,
package?
just call it Sapporo Ichiban.
Mm-hmm. They really do like to use a lot of words, don't
Cook
they?
it in
They
3
feel
minutes.
the need.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's always 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Everything is 3 minutes.
Mhm.
4 minutes tops. Number 2, the one you know and love.
Everybody's got this.
Maruchan ramen noodle chicken flavor.
This is the one that comes in
Mm-hmm.
bag. You can buy the little square bags, or you can get a whole box of like 12.
I ran across
For about $3.
a
Yes.
case of these at Sam's Club the other day, and I thought, if
Pull
I
the
was-
trigger.
When I was in college, I would have bought that case.
I use these for my Asian slaw
oh yeah,
that
there's-
I do.
There's an Asian salad you
Because
make it unbelievably good.
You don't cook the noodles. You
Right.
use you crumple up the noodles and put that in there.
I love that.
And then use the little packets.
Oh.
And there's a recipe for like
Mm-hmm.
olive oil and some other stuff, a little bit of sugar, and you mix it up, and then you pour it all over the Asian.
This is one of my all-time favorite
Slaw.
salads.
Mhm.
It is delicious if you get a chance. Maybe we'll do that during a Mr. P's Grill and Tip once they come back. And then number 1 is exactly what you would expect. The Maruchan ramen noodle soup, creamy chicken flavor. Don't
I
get
think
confused about
This
the
should
creamy
not have been
chicken.
number 1.
Why not?
The other one's number one.
You think the number
The-
two should be
that-
number
that-
one?
That one's probably the
And
biggest
you think
seller in
number
the
one
world.
should be number two?
Yes.
Well, it's a question of taste. It's not a question of biggest seller
I've never
in the
even
world.
had this one.
You've never had it?
No.
We should go out and try some.
Have you had it?
No,
Okay.
but it
Both.
looks delicious.
Let me ask Steve. Steve, have you had the number one?
No.
All right.
I can't remember the last
All
time I had
three of
ramen.
us have never had that, but we've had number two.
Okay, but
That should tell you everything.
I don't think it's based upon sales. Is McDonald's the best burger in the world? No, but everyone's had one. That doesn't mean it's the best
Well, why did they put this number one?
because they like this one better than number two.
We don't.
Oh, you don't know. You've never tried it.
I don't want
you
any
might,
of it.
You might
I need,
like it better.
I need number two.
You
How
might
do you know
try
you don't
it.
like it?
Yeah.
I need number two. I don't
You-
want creamy.
you
I don't want when I think of ramen noodles, I don't think of creamy chicken
I
flavor.
might want some creamy chicken flavor.
You don't think of creamy chicken noodle soup?
I
No.
could go for that.
Not when I think of ramen. I think of the number two.
Everybody
Doesn't
loves
have the
ramen.
cream sauce in it.
No, I want that. I'm going to go find some of this. I'm going to find it. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to explain
And
to you
you
why
will
it's
like
better.
it.
I will. I guarantee I will.
And you will eat
What's
it.
not to love?
And you will buy a case.
It's going to set me back about 12 cents.
Really? That's the nicest
I
part
don't know,
about
might break
it,
you.
honestly.
I tell you, between the Gray Burgers, which was just a sleeve of frozen burger patties, it didn't even use the word hamburger. Like I'm not sure there was meat in there. I don't know.
What was it?
I don't know. But the wheat,
Breast something
there
like
was
McDonald's
just
is doing with the
Meat
McRib?
like patty.
Did you see that about the McRib?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got that story coming up in the
Oh.
9 o'clock hour.
Yee.
You had white bread and pasteurized processed cheese food, right? That got me through a lot of college days. Ramen got me through a lot of college days. A real treat was occasionally a Tombstone pizza.
Wow.
Yeah, really.
were living
stepped up-
you were
stepped
living
up-
large.
I know.
Well, no wonder you're flying first class nowadays. I would too.
Absolutely.
After eating like that, it'd be
Not
like,
all
watch
of us-
this. I'm flying first
Not
class,
all of us
baby.
grew up with lawyer dads in Miami.
Oh,
okay,
don't even.
Some of us had to struggle our way through the ramen days.
Hey, I ate plenty of ramen in college. Trust me.
Apparently, you never had the creamy
I
chicken.
know, and neither did you.
Yeah, well, we're going to remedy that. America. There were three children of Air Force officers who were stationed in Great Britain when they formed the group, and they named it after the country of their origin, America.
Nice. Very nice.
They were big fans of Neil Young, so their very first song sounded a lot like Neil Young. In fact, many people today still think that A Horse with No Name is a Neil Young song.
Might be
Interesting.
one of the reasons why it's my least favorite America song.
It's not a great song, let's face it. It's very one note. But what's interesting is that song went to number one. Neil Young has never had a song go to number one. By attempting to sound like Neil Young,
Doesn't
they
work.
managed to get a number one hit.
Yeah.
Weird. 7:51 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5. You know, we were talking about this rain and storms that are coming in. Now, they're not going to be severe. We're not talking about, tornadic activity. But there could be some serious winds and a lot of rain, 2.5, 3 inches they're talking about in some parts of the area. Now, when that happens, what happens, of course, is it soaks into the ground. And then you get the high wind, and those roots come right out, and the tree goes down and lands on your house or your neighbor's house or across the road or takes out your power lines. A lot of bad stuff can happen. If you've got a tree that is susceptible to such things, now would be the time. Today would be the day to call Alabama Tree Pros at 308-4158. Get in touch with them and get yourself fixed up with at least an estimate for what it would take to either trim the tree up or take it all the way down. And you can leave the stump there if you want to. I did. I like the stump exactly where it is. I have good use for it. But you might want to go ahead and grind the stump up and get it all the way gone, and that would be fine too. It's a different price, obviously. But they do the whole thing. They chop up the tree. They put it into a big old dump truck. They take it out of your property, and you never have to deal with it again. It's wonderful. The price is right, too. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. They're licensed, and they're bonded, and they're insured, and they're going to take great care of you. They're fast. They're expert. They're safe. All of these things. AlabamaTreePros.com, AlabamaTreePros.com, 308-4158. Let us pause for a moment and say a prayer for the multimillionaires who are still trapped in the Caribbean.
We laugh, but I'm telling you, paradise like that is wonderful to be in. But when you have plans to be home or you're expecting a flight to get you from point A to point B, I'm sure that's a little stressful. But you're someplace warm and sunny and wonderful. Have another beverage. You'll be okay.
There's 3 different kinds of people that are there right now, okay? And when we say there, we're talking about St. Barth's, Aruba, Curacao, Puerto Rico, and St. Martin. These are the 5 places that folks tend to be stranded because of all the stopping of the Caribbean air traffic, okay? Now, there are those that have their own private planes that are parked on the runway there, and as soon as the no-fly thing was lifted, they were able to get on their planes and go. So they're fine. There were those who bought into a charter jet. You wouldn't even say that it was like, oh, I bought a ticket on a charter jet. It's more like you own a piece of a part of charter jet company, or you bought into a club where you're all kind of in there. Well, those jets are busy somewhere else right now because your window faded. They were supposed to come pick you up at a time, and they couldn't fly in there. So now they're like, well, we're busy. We're doing these other things. We'll come get you as soon as we can. Those people are stranded. The people who are really just buying a seat on a charter jet are also absolutely stranded. One guy paid $75,000
Yikes.
to get a flight to Puerto Rico, which is a 1-hour flight that usually would set you back about $10,000 on one of these charter jets. He's going to fly commercial out of there. Well, that's going to be a nightmare. I have trouble going from first class back to steerage. I can imagine being used to flying in a private jet and then being like, what am I doing with all this rabble?
Yeah.
Stop touching me.
Going to Puerto Rico.
What's that smell? It's got to be awful.
Yeah, it's just awful for these people, really.
Just
stay there. Just stay in Aruba. Just stay in.
The third kind of person, the ones with the private yachts docked in the harbor, they're fine.
Yeah.
They can leave anytime. They're laughing at the the jets. The jets. They're just like, ha ha. We're hanging out.
Well, it's one of those things.
'cause we want
and
to.
I, for a couple of months now, we've been seeing what's going on in Venezuela, and it's like I'm not sure I would have booked a trip to Aruba or Bonaire or any of these islands that are right off the coast of Venezuela. I'd be like, this probably isn't a good time for that. I don't think I want to be that close to the action. And then, this happened. And I know tourism, and this is the time of the year. It's warm there, cold here. People love to travel to some of these islands.
Hello.
But, you might want to pick a different place that's a little further away from the coast of Venezuela.
I have never been on a private jet. I mean, I've been on one, but never flown in one. I was given a tour of one at one point that was out back of this corporation. I didn't even know they had an airfield back there. But, so it took me in. It was a 12-seat private Cessna. I was like, damn.
This is nice.
This is cool. I like it. I want to fly this way one day. Have not had the opportunity. You ever fly one?
I have. One time I did. It was out in Colorado, and it was very nice. Very lovely.
Ski trip thing?
It was a ski trip.
Very
yeah.
nice.
But outside of that just that one time, no. Little Cessna, like, a 6-seater Cessna. Been in that. Seaplane, I've done that.
Steve, you ever get on one of these NASCAR people's jets?
I have seen inside them, but I have never flown in one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, some of these guys really do outfit them. I mean, if the team owns it, it's basically nice, but it's effectively just a shuttle to get from point A to point B. But if you're talking about one of the personal planes,
Yeah.
they outfit them very well.
Well, you may as well. I mean, as long as you're going to go, you may as well go first class, right? If you're going to have a plane, a private plane, get what you want. That's what I say. But good Lord, the amount of money it would take, just you think about having it is one thing. The upkeep, you have to keep it somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And maintain it.
Right. And you have to pay a pilot unless you are one. If you're John Travolta, you're good. But for the most part, you have to have a pilot who can fly you around from place to
Doesn't
place.
he live in one of those areas where you can pull the plane right up to your house?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
There's a little runway, and then we're home. Everybody out.
I do wonder what his neighbors think when he lands that big jumbo jet that he has.
His neighbors think, oh, there's John again. They all have planes,
Making a lot of
too.
noise and rattling the windows.
Yeah, they all have planes. It's a very strange. I've seen the area. It's in Ocala, Florida, and there's a neighborhood there that every single garage in the back allows you to take your plane out and get onto the runway and then
That's
take
so
off
cool. Can
from
I
that
just tell
runway.
you, that is so cool.
Well,
Like you can go anywhere in the world. All right, let's load up. This is where we're headed to.
While I was there, some kids stole a BMW, and I think there were 4 or 5 of them in this vehicle. And it was at night, and they were back there, and they got on that runway, and they started just barreling down the runway because it's long and it's very flat, and, you can get up to a great rate of speed. But because they didn't want people to know that they were there, they had the lights off, and it was the middle of the night. What they did not know is that the end of the runway was a good ways off the ground. The whole launching your plane thing is easier when the end of the runway is, 40 feet off the ground. And so that BMW became airborne and ended up in some trees, and eventually every one of those kids was dead.
Oh, well, that's awful.
Yeah. I mean, the stupidity involved in that process, the number of bad decisions that had to be made. First, let's steal a car. Secondly, let's get behind this neighborhood. Thirdly, let's get on this runway without really knowing how long it is or how it ends. And, let's also not wear seatbelts. What do you say? Let's just really make this crazy.
Good call.
Yeah. Interesting area, though.
Oh, yeah. The wealthy of the wealthiest.
All of Ocala is either horses or planes.
That's about all that's there.
And
You're about
BMW.
right.
That's about it. That's about it. It is 7:59 with Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5. Your thoughts are always welcome. 545-9950. We really haven't broken out many of the texts today, have we? I got the Jeff joke of the day. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. When my Uncle Frank died, his wishes were for his ashes to be put in his favorite beer mug. He always said he wanted to be Frankenstein.
Steve isn't sure which way to go with it. You can't.
I'm not.
Thanks, Jeff.
That's a good one, Jeff.
You ever
Thank
think about taking a break for a couple of days on these jokes? I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe save 1 or 2 up and nah, keep
I'm
them
liking them,
coming.
Jeff. They're good.
Keep them
I'm
coming.
liking them.
You're fine. You're doing just fine. Drop us a line. Why don't you? 545-9950. It's Dixon. It's Vining. Talk 99.5. Talk995.com.